Good morning. Today's devotion is in all the stars. Oops, I forgot to turn on my light. Let's see if I can get this better. There. Yeah, that's a better picture. All right, this morning's devotion is in all the stars. If you've been online at all the past day, the internet has been filled with the first images from the James Webb telescope. I used one of them for my thumbnail on the video version of this devotion. Um, If you haven't seen them, I encourage you to go to nasa.gov. They are so beautiful and so amazing. Now, some people argue that advances in science disprove God, but I think it's the opposite. Look at the incredible detail in each star and planet and nova. Gaze at the amazing beauty. There's no way that all of this in the universe could be a random accident. It's so intricate, it's so massive, and yet still so delicate. The universe is so beyond awesome that it proclaims the majesty of God. Now, when I'm talking about stars in the universe, I usually turn to Psalm 8, but I have used that in several devotions already, and there are so many places in the scripture that talk about God's awesome creation. So today I'm going to use Isaiah 40, verses 25 and 26. Now, I usually use the NRSV translation, but today I will be using the Message translation because I like the way it sounds. I think it fits better. So listen to Isaiah 40, 25, and 26 from the Message. Now, this is God talking. So, who is like me? Who holds a candle to me? Says the Holy. Look at the night skies. Who do you think made all this? Who marches this army of stars out each night, counts them off, calls them by name? So magnificent, so powerful, and never overlooks a single one. The more we learn about the universe, the more awesome God's creation becomes. I'm sitting at my desk, and next to me is a bag of rocks that we found in our last move. They are rocks I collected with my Uncle Pete as a child, who was a big rock hound. They look a little rough now, but when you polish them up, they are brilliant enough to grace any crown. So here's a little bit of show and tell. Look at the facets on this quartz crystal. It's so intricate, so clear, so beautiful, all by itself. But so many of the rocks just seem plain or ugly by themselves. You don't see their beauty unless they're cut and polished. This is a garnet. It looks kind of dull, and many people would probably pass this by on the road. They would think that it's just a little rock. But if you polish it up, this rough little garnet would rival a ruby in its beauty. And I'm working on polishing it because when I was a child, my Uncle Pete challenged me to hand polish these garnets as a way to make me stop biting my fingernails. I think the session got to watch me do this some last night. It may take me years, but one day it will be a beautiful, shiny garnet. Now, my uncle, this is one that is common in Texas. This is a rough piece of turquoise. Again, looking at the rough rock, it's not all that spectacular. It just kind of looks like a blue-green rock. But once you polish it, it's beautiful. Now, one last rock. I'm going to start by showing you the edge of it. It just looks like an ugly rock. And I myself would have never known that there was something else in this. But if you polish it, and excuse me, this is the way Uncle Pete always showed me. If you polish it and slice it, it becomes beautiful, translucent agate. It is totally awesome that the beauty in this is completely hidden, but God still made this beautiful agate to hide among all the other rocks. How totally awesome are the details of God's creation. From the grains of sand on the beach to the stars in the sky, it is staggeringly complex and beautiful. As creatures created in this amazing universe on this amazing planet, how can we not spend our days singing God's praise? Too often, we let ourselves get worn down by things of this world: wars, violence, politics, prejudice, hatred. So if the weight of the world is on your shoulders, look up, gaze at the stars, see how awesome our God truly is, and remember, God's will and God's kingdom will eventually be done. I'm going to leave you with the words of the first verse to the hymn Earth and All Stars by Herbert Broking and David Johnson. It goes like this: Earth and all stars, loud rushing planets, sing to the Lord a new song. Hail, wind, and rain, loud blowing snowstorm, sing to the Lord a new song. God has done marvelous things. We will sing praises with a new song. Have a blessed week.